Good morning. Oh, looking a little hazy this morning. Hang on, and back to front. There we go. Is that any better? It's a little hazy today. Let me just put my finger on the camera bit. Is that better? I think it might be. Welcome, good morning. It's time for the 8 a.m. It's the first edition of Movement Snacks for today. Bex will be with you for the following two. Although I'm not sure where she is. Last night I saw her on a Teams meeting. She may be in Bristol. Might be today, might be at the weekend. Not quite sure, can't remember. But we are preparing for our Amsterdam trip next week. So that should be fun. Some more en route and round and about Amsterdam city movement snack opportunities, perhaps. It should be fun. Give us a change of scenery, won't it? And today, Bob's still lying in bed, out drinking his tea. Opened his cards and prezzies, and is looking fairly content with the fact that we're on a milestone birthday. He's a bit of a stickler though, because he'll worry about people not having a good time when we go to Liverpool later, because there's a few, and he hates it that it's all about him. He hates it. But I'm sure after a beverage or two, I'm sure he'll be fine. What do you reckon, Maya? Morning. Morning, George. Damp and dreck in Cruden Bay today. Morning, Chris. Thank you. Oh, there's a little glass of wine on the end of your emojis. I've got a watery eye as well today. So we'll... Neve's got a final exam today. Final exam. Last official GCSE exam. Which I think she's fairly glad about. That's this afternoon, so currently she's not moved very far yet. Willow's going to be up for school in a moment, and when one's gone and one's gone back to bed, Bob and I might have a bit of breakfast together. Dagenham's looking damp and wet this morning as well then. I have read too many case studies, Dawn. I've currently got 3.5 left to do. I'm going to make some breakfast and maybe see if I can bash out maybe 1.5 more. We'll see how that mission goes. Thank you, everybody, for your happy birthdays to Bob. I shall be duly passing on your best wishes. Thank you. So, right, let's say a few good mornings. Right, who have we got? We've got Maya, we've got George, we've got Dawn, we've got Mrs. P, we've got Maddie, Sheila's in, and the Dickinsons are in. Morning, Margaret Wood as well. And we're about there, are we, George? There we go. I do know the date today, so sometimes Bex and I go, what is the date? I should know the date today. So 3, 2, 1. Morning, welcome. 8 a.m. time. Time to decrumple, iron out the creases and get on into our day. So today is Friday, the 14th of June 2024. 40 years to the day since my husband was born. There we go. Shall we? Right. Have a look, what space have you got around you? You're probably in your normal spot, so you'll know where everything is. Your seated option, your standing space, whether you want your shoes on or shoes off, slippers on, slippers off, wax on, wax off, where your external support options are, and standing tall before you start. Put a bit of posture tweakage in there before you get going. So, legs underneath you, not too wide, not too narrow. Give you a good base for balance. If you need a bit more for supporting your balance, we've got external support. use that. If, depending on how you feel, you might start in seated. You may be that you stay in seated for all of our movement snack content. It may be that you do a bit of switch in between, and that's actually not a bad thing, because you do get a few extra sit to stands crowbarred in if you're up in it and down in it from standing to seated. So picking up the knees now into a leg march. Try and keep your posture strong and sturdy, secure in the middle, avoiding slumping. If it does happen, it will. It's just a pump up again, isn't it? So let's get the arm swings in, navigating elbows around arms of chair, if you've got arms on your chair, and get yourself into a rhythm. Your single arm march might be preferable for coordination and balance, but swap sides, give the other side a fair chance. Just brushing the elbows past your side, you'll hear the clothes ruffle, you might even feel your arms just skimming by your side there, and you're really emphasising elbows out the back of you. Heart rate's going to be lifting, heart rate's going to be pumping. Well, the heart's going to be pumping a bit more extra blood volume around your body. Your breathing, taking on a bit more oxygen. So breathing, getting a bit deeper, but still comfortable level of breathing. Just carry on there, maybe pause with the legs and finish off. Notice how I've just taken my feet a bit wider. This can help just keep everything planted and sturdy whilst you are able to move your arms maybe that little bit bigger. Top trio is where we start always. Let your arms hang loose. If you're on external support, make sure you've got your space to move your arms along with your shoulder lifts, lowers. 4 more of these. If you want to turn, I mean, my palms are facing in, you can turn your palms slightly facing forwards. That just kind of rolls the shoulder round a touch. See how you feel there? Getting the shoulder blades moving, getting all of those muscles around the shoulders, chest, upper back, neck area moving as well. Shoulder rolling, opening the posture. Make that movement really big, but not too quickly done. There might be one or few clicks, crunches, grinds. There might be a little bit in there that you can hear, but keep moving through it. The bigger, the better. And the stiffer the shoulders, the more frequently, the better too. So a combination of top trio moves, chest stretch, upper arm stretch that you find in the 4 PM. Head turns comes next. Now we've warmed the shoulders up, that should have benefited the neck area. So in the middle, find your middle, head over to the side, literally head and back to the middle. Have a pause here. Sometimes head turns can make you feel a little bit foggy, dizzy. Challenge your balance as well, unless you're in seated. And moving slowly rather than a quick head turn will help to manage that. And in the meantime, we've got all these bits that are supporting the movement that we're doing. Okay, baby, come here, give me a kiss. I won't see you till Sunday. Just as I turn to the side, look. Love you, see you later. Okay, tucking the chin back. So lifting the posture, feel it open in the chest area. Tuck the chin back to straighten up and restack the spine. Just a small movement, but it's a definite, significant movement. She has left the building. Tucking the chin in, stacking the spine. Improving posture position of head on top of neck and shoulders. How does that feel? Yeah, a few more creases for sure. Got a few clicks in the neck. Multiple clicks in the neck for you, George. Right, you might want a few more of those later, my friend. Okay, hold, clasp, hands on external support. We're reaching and rowing. Twisting and turning through the trunk. Leave your head and your hips facing forward, your legs staying still, the head and neck staying still as well. Kind of the middle section, moving, warming, extra circ boost here. And oh, just coming in now is an extra flush of warmth in preparation for trunk twists, side bends, and those brilliant back extensions. Right, so when you're ready, finish that, bring that to a close. Lift and spread the toes. Take a bit of a turn out if you like, and a bit of a wider stand. Arms down by the side of you unless you need your external support in front like so. And then we're leaning, we're tilting, trying to keep top half in complete line with the bottom half. Shoulders feel level rather than one falling over the bottom one. And hips in the chair just feeling really planted and glued along with the legs. So we've got that sturdiness there to allow us to feel comfortable and confident to tilt and reach as far as we can. You might find that your first effort's a bit tighter, a bit stiffer, a bit more restricted than your last effort. And that shows that just 4 or 5 get in there and do a bit of a job. Okay, once you're even, take it into a sit tall and an easy trunk turn. Not a pulled round trunk turn, just an easy trunk turn. Feet are flat, hips are forwards and seated. Well, they have to be because we sat on them. But a bit more concentration required around hips if you're trunk turning in standing. And using the external support, mine's imaginary as you can see at the minute, can help initiate the first part of the twist. There. Just a bit of a pause and a reset of posture is always promoted, and you should feel a bit looser in twists and turns and bends and reaches and glancing around you. There we go, job done. Back extension then. A lot of our life-based tasks end up with us here, rounded over, hunched over, curved over, bending, leaning, all of this kind of stuff down here. And the posture kind of needs cranking up a little bit. Let's try and take this into a real tall, lifted posture. So set the chin first. Set your chin tuck in place. Find something for your eyes to look at and try and avoid looking at the ceiling. So that's a lift through best posture. Find your most tallest, upright, active posture, and then just take the shoulders back a little bit, if you can. So in seated per se, it's not a hinge from the hips, so the hip angle does stay the same. It's more taken from this part of your back rather than that part of your body. Great move to do if you have been stuck in a folded position whilst you've been doing your laundry or your folding. You've been tidying and cleaning and bending and hoovering and all of those things. Right, down at ankles then, where our final port of call is, pedal the legs away. Put in some fidgety feet in the sense of toe lifts. It might be a bit of a tapping action that you want to do there. That just gets different lifting actions on the go. Toe crunches, there's a couple of clicks. You can always cue in a few toe crunches where we click, where we hear the clicks. Toe crunches there, great for instep, extra movement for toes. And here's your options. Seated, you can stay in front third of the chair, sit tall, active posture, toe down, heel down. Try and get the same spot. You can do that in standing as well, but it's can be a bit of a balance challenge. So make sure you've got access to your external support. You've got all your weight over the standing leg, and then you can just lightly tap the toes into the heel, pointing and really pulling back the toes in that lifting action. And then a different seated option is all the way back in the chair. Just a small height of a leg lift there with a point and a pull back. So it's the same as the other two moves, but just not touching onto the ground. And a few of those, 4 or 5 of those, in preparation for any standing activity. If you've been sat for a while, you've been in bed, bit of foot pedaling can prepare your joints for what they need for when you are getting up to walk. Yes, she did shut the door, didn't she? Right, everyone. Have a good day. I'll be handing you over to Bex for the rest of Friday and Saturday, all of Saturday, and I'll be back with you Sunday for the 4 p.m. Thanks, everyone. I will forwards on your happy birthday messages to said husband. Ta-ra for now. Cheers, everyone. Bye.